So comedian Dave Chappelle facing some backlash once again for including jokes about transgender people and the LGBTQ community in a television special.
I felt kind of disheartened that he was continuing this attack on the trans community.
Hi, I'm JP Sears. I'm the CEO of Cancel Culture. And today, because of his new special, we are officially canceling Dave Chappelle. Every year or two, when Chappelle releases a new special, we go into red alert. It's like the Olympics for us at Cancel Culture. It's what we've been training all year for. And we've never been successful at canceling him in the past, but that's not going to stop us from trying this time. Now, what did David Chappelle do in his latest special called The Closer, released on Netflix? Well, he said some very transphobic things in his smug tone of voice, which were not okay. Specifically, what was his number one offense? Chappelle said, "Gender is a fact." Once again, Dave Chappelle has kicked the LGBTQ community right in the spot where their balls used to be. Now, here to explain why saying gender is a fact is both hateful and untrue is Cancel Culture's Chief Nuance Officer, Seashell. Game, set, match, Dave Chappelle. Vanessa, I've got the cancellation paperwork for Dave Chappelle all filled out. I just need you to get it notarized. Now, with this whole thing, a lot of our most elite cancel culture revolutionaries have taken not just to their blogs that have a readership of dozens of people, but they're also hitting the comment section and social media hard right now. Since he released his special, we're in an all-out war with Dave Chappelle's comedy, and we're pointing out obvious things, like he has bad joke structure, his jokes are predictable, and his comedy is nothing but lazy. And for his sake, I personally hope Dave listens to all of our non-comedian activists' critique of his comedy. So one day, maybe the greatest comedian of all time will become a good comedian. Great, I'll be down in just a minute. Sorry about that. Gotta go down and meet my personal trainer in the parking lot. He's too obese to walk upstairs. Gender is a fact? I don't think so. Not only are facts not true, they're also the enemy of cancel culture. Another offense during the special, Chappelle said, every human being on Earth has to pass through the legs of a woman to be on Earth. How would that even be possible? And how is this hate speech even acceptable to anyone? I think we can all agree that women don't do nearly as good of a job at most things as men do, including getting pregnant. So luckily, we've been having a lot of men stepping up to get pregnant, and quite frankly, doing a better job at it than women ever have. In this picture, you can see my pregnant husband doing a great job of carrying our child for us. Most people don't have the medical training to understand how the male body gets impregnated. They're still stuck thinking the earth is flat and you need ovaries and a uterus to get pregnant. Give me a break. Seashell, could you please explain how men can get just as pregnant as women? Any more questions? Hi, Brian. Do you want to meet at 7 p.m. for dinner at a Chinese place, but we'll just call it a place? Question mark. A lot of times I'll make dinner plans with friends just so I can cancel them. With regard to the outrage we're throwing at Dave Chappelle for his new special, there's two principles in comedy we want to consider here. The truth principle and the pain principle. That means good comedy arises out of either truth or pain. And great comedy involves both principles. A painful truth, if you will. And when the painful truth is uncovered through comedy, some people will process the discomfort through laughter. Other people will deny the discomfort of the painful truth through anger. And there's also a psychological principle that says for something to make you mad, it's got to have some level of truth to it. If there's no truth to it, then there's simply nothing real inside of you for it to connect to, and therefore you won't get mad. But based on the feeling of boiling anger I have inside of me, I'm pretty sure our outrage towards Dave Chappelle is the one exception to these comedy and psychological principles. So him! If you know what I mean. The idea that Chappelle actually loves and honors people in the trans community and is simply using his comedy to point out a few areas where objective reality has been lost sight of is something our Chief Nuance Officer is taking a look at. Looks like that's not what he's doing, according to us. Some people believe it, though, and think Chappelle is dedicated to serving humanity by helping them connect to truth in areas where they need it. But someone who didn't like the soulless lack of truth in Hollywood so much so that he walked away from a $50 million contract because truth and authenticity mattered more to him, probably wouldn't do something like that. She's leading an employee in service on Zoom right now. She's a great leader. Our detractors will say that us, mostly white people at cancel culture, are trying to shut down a black man from speaking his mind. But I assure you, we're only trying to shut down this black man from speaking his mind because we don't like what he has to say, and therefore we don't want him to say it. In his special, we found it very inappropriate that Dave Chappelle used his comedy performance to speak his mind instead of our mind, and therefore we found it very hateful. Here at Cancel Culture, we know the facts, and the facts are Dave Chappelle is not funny, men can give birth, water is dry, and fire is wet. Let's not be stupid here. Hey guys, this is how my garage actually works. Hey, I have a serious ask of you. If I could ask one thing of you, it would be to consider jumping on my Awaken Warrior newsletter list. Censorship obviously is growing. They like to ban people that are speaking the misinformation called truth. I do my best to do such things. So I want to be connected to you if you want to be connected to me. So if you wouldn't mind, please join my Awaken Warrior newsletter list at awakenwithjp.com/join me. And I will look forward to staying connected with you no matter what, as well as having behind the scenes interactions with you. One more thing. I want to thank the sponsor of today's video, BlueBlocks. What I'm about to say is not misinformation. BlueBlocks are my favorite evidence-based blue light blocking glasses. Good luck censoring that. My number one favorite biohack of all time is wearing BlueBlocks because they help block the blue light at night, which means I get to wake up the next day more refreshed, with more energy, which means I feel better and can go after my purpose in life with more force. Blue light is like communism, and BlueBlocks is like freedom. It's a pretty good analogy. BlueBlocks have been part of my evening routine for well over a year and a half now because they simply make me feel better, and it takes no extra time to feel better. I just put on a pair as I'm going about my evening routine, and I'm taken care of. Some blue light blocking glasses on the market simply make you look ugly. But not BlueBlocks. BlueBlocks come in a variety of stylish frames. My favorite is the Maverick, as well as lenses. My favorite lens to go to is the Sleep Plus. Amongst their other amazing products, BlueBlocks now also offers sunglasses. These are the very sunglasses I wore in my recent life jacket video, seen collectively by over 3 million people worldwide. There's 3 things in life that I will not stand for: raw broccoli, communism, and blue light negatively affecting my hormonal system. And BlueBlocks helps protect me from the blue light. Bravery protects me from communism, and then just eating things that taste better protects me from raw broccoli. If you want to amp up your health and receive the gift of feeling and functioning better delivered by BlueBlocks, then just go to blueblocks.com/JP and use the discount code JP to get 15% off.